Descendants 6 just got real, and nobody saw this coming. The moment Descendants Wicked Wonderland ended, something happened behind the scenes that Disney fans have been dying to hear about for months. Kylie Cantrall, the actress who plays Red, sat down for an interview and revealed something so shocking that she says it completely blew her mind. Disney brought her into a secret meeting. They told her something about Red's father that she promised she would never reveal. And now, with Descendants 6 officially confirmed to be in development, fans are piecing together every clue, every cast interview, and every hidden hint left behind in Wicked Wonderland's final moments. This is everything we know so far about Descendants 6. And trust me, by the end of this, you are going to want answers just as badly as I do. Let's start from the beginning, because if you haven't watched Descendants Wicked Wonderland yet, you need to understand just how big of an ending this movie had. The story picked up right after Red and Chloe changed the past, which also changed the present. To protect the timeline from ever being messed with again, they hid the pocket watch inside the royal vault. But that decision didn't stop the chaos. Maddox Hatter had other plans. He wanted the pocket watch so badly that he was willing to do anything to get it, including capturing the Queen of Hearts to force his way toward controlling all of Wonderland. From there, the entire movie turned into a rescue mission, with Red, Chloe, Louise, and the rest of the group racing against time to save the Queen of Hearts and stop Maddox before he could reshape reality itself. What made this movie so emotional wasn't just the villain plot. It was watching the relationships fall apart and come back together. Chloe started to believe that Red didn't care about her anymore. And that's when we saw something fans had never seen before. Evil Chloe. She had this same kind of energy that reminded a lot of people of Mal from the earlier films, and honestly it hit different seeing someone that close to Red turn dark. At the same time, Max Hatter was struggling with his own reality, learning that his father, who was supposed to be a good person, had been turned evil because of the changes Red and Chloe made to the timeline. Everything was unraveling at once. Red got trapped, Louise was swallowed by the labyrinth, and it took Red's own sister, Pink, stepping in to save her before things could even begin to turn around. By the end, the movie gave fans the happy ending they wanted. Maddox was captured and promised to be healed. The Queen of Hearts and Cinderella were both safe. Chloe returned to her true self. Red and Louise stayed together. It should have felt like closure. But then came the moment that changed everything. Right after the final musical number, Chessy the cat looked directly into the story and said something that fans have not stopped talking about since. Ugh, I hate happy endings. Time to start some new mischief. And just seconds later, the camera cut to Pink, who was walking back into the party room. She stopped. She looked down. And under a table she found something. A mysterious glowing object. Something that clearly wasn't supposed to be there. Without hesitation, she picked it up and placed it inside her and Red's heart-shaped treasure box. The same box the sisters have always used to keep their most important secrets. That single moment, just a few seconds of screen time, completely changed the conversation around this franchise. Because Disney has used this exact strategy before. After Descendants, The Rise of Red ended, executive producer Suzanne Todd came out and confirmed that the story had to continue, because the ending itself was a warning about the consequences of messing with time. That pattern repeated itself here. The ending of Wicked Wonderland wasn't just a nice bow to wrap up the story. It was a setup, a deliberate one. And here's where things get even more interesting, because this isn't just fan speculation anymore. In December of 2025, Kylie Cantrall's own father confirmed on his Instagram story that Descendants 6 was already in development. That alone was massive, because it came from someone directly connected to the cast, not just a rumor floating around online. Then, in June of 2026, Kylie Cantrall herself gave an interview that took things even further. She revealed that Disney brought her into a private, secret meeting specifically to tell her who Red's father actually is. Her exact words were that it completely blew her mind, and she admitted that whatever she learned ties into the franchise in a really unexpected way. She wasn't allowed to say more. She promised she wouldn't reveal it. But the fact that Disney felt the need to have that conversation with her privately tells you everything about how important this reveal is going to be. So think about what we actually have here. A confirmed 6th movie in development. A cast member who already knows a major twist and isn't allowed to talk about it. A mysterious object hidden inside a treasure box. And a cat who literally warned us the story wasn't over. This isn't just another sequel rumor. Something is coming and the pieces are already being put into place. Section 2. Now let's get into what the cast themselves have been saying, because this is where things go from interesting to genuinely exciting. After Wicked Wonderland premiered, several of the actors sat down for interviews and were asked directly what they wanted to see in Descendants 6. And their answers gave us some of the biggest clues we have so far. Liamani Segura, who plays Pink, said something that completely lines up with that mysterious glowing object hidden in the treasure box. She said she would love to see Pink turn evil. Her exact hope was to see that side of her character explored. And honestly, when you think about it, it makes complete sense. We already watched Chloe turn dark for a portion of this movie. Seeing that same transformation happen to Pink, especially right after she's the one who discovered this unknown object, would tie the entire story together in a way that feels intentional rather than random. And knowing how much energy Pink brings to every scene she's in, imagining her fully embracing a villain arc is something fans are already buzzing about. But it doesn't stop there, because Liamani also revealed something else that changes the entire direction fans are expecting. Instead of returning to Wonderland for a third time, she said she would love for the next movie to take the story somewhere completely different, to Neverland, the home of Peter Pan and Captain Hook. First, that might sound like just a wish from an actor. But then other cast members started saying things that made it feel like more than just a hope. Kiara Romero, who plays Hazel Hook, was asked about this idea. And she said it would be fun to finally meet her father in the story. And Alexandro Bird, who plays Luis Madrigal, took it even further. Both Bird and Romero were asked who they would want to play their on-screen fathers if the franchise ever went there, and they didn't hesitate. They said they would love to see Javier Bardem step into the role of Captain Hook, and Lin-Manuel Miranda play Luis's father. When actors start naming specific, well-known names for characters that haven't even been confirmed to appear yet, that's usually not just wishful thinking. That's the kind of thing that happens when a cast already has some idea of where the story might be heading. And there's more. The adult cast was asked the same kind of question, what they wanted to see next, and their answers gave us even more to think about. Brandy, who plays Cinderella, and Rita Ora, who plays the Queen of Hearts, both said they wanted more scenes together and more songs. Brandy specifically said she wants to be more involved in the kids' storylines, even joking that she's been trying to get into some of the choreography herself. Meanwhile, Leonardo Nam, who plays Maddox Hatter, was asked about the idea of an adventure outside of Wonderland, and he said he would love to go underwater. Brandy, on the other hand, immediately shut that idea down. Small details, but details that show the cast is already imagining what comes next, even without an official script in their hands yet. So here's what we can piece together. If Pink really does turn evil because of whatever she found under that table, and if the story really does move toward Neverland, then the entire structure of the sixth movie starts to make sense. Hazel Hook, whose own father is Captain Hook, could end up playing a role similar to the one Max Hatter played in Wicked Wonderland. Someone caught between loyalty to their villain parent and loyalty to their friends. That would give us a whole new emotional conflict, one that mirrors what we just watched, but in a completely different setting. As for Red and Chloe, based on everything we know about their relationship and how it evolved throughout this movie, it's likely their bond continues to be a central part of the story. Red and Louise's relationship also seems set up to continue, especially with the tension already brewing around Louise's own family. If Neverland becomes the new setting, Louise dealing with his father could easily become one of the emotional cores of the next film, while Red might be the one trying to reach her sister before Pink goes too far. And then there's the reveal that might matter more than anything else in this entire story, the identity of Red and Pink's father. Kylie Cantrall already knows the answer. She's already been told. And based on her own words, it's a twist that connects to the franchise in a way nobody is expecting. If Pink does turn into a villain, and if her father somehow becomes part of that storyline, we could be looking at a much deeper, much more personal story than anything the Descendants franchise has told before. This wouldn't just be about stopping a villain. This would be about family, identity, and a secret that's been hidden the entire time. At this point, everything is lining up. The cliffhanger, the cast interviews, the confirmed development, the secret meeting. Every piece we have points toward